Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1973 Smith Corona Classic 12 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. And the margins are up top here. This left one I'm going to set on 0 and the right one around 75. It's about the length of a page. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. And this is the paper bale that sits on top. You gotta get it out of the way and just kind of put it on top like that. It's got two adjustable rollers. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. This line space gets you back to the beginning and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, you just flip the switch back, skips 1.5, one more, it skips 2. We're gonna keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. Switch from black to red, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it down to the red square, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. Very nice typing machine, very popular model. It's got the wider carriage than most portables have, 12 inches versus the typical 10, I guess. So it's a couple inches longer. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. We're gonna move this back up to print black on the next time we load a page, and we're going to put this down for now. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the left side of the keyboard works good. We have a touch control right next to that from low, medium, and high. The higher you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. They do respond faster, but you have to hit them harder for them to print. There's a few unique things about this typewriter. It's got a power space, so you hit that like a machine gun power space all the way to the end. It's got a half space. I don't think any other typewriter has that. It's got this button here where if you get a key stuck, then you hit that. So if your key's stuck right there, then you hit that and it brings it down. Or if they're bunched up, I guess it'll work like that too. And it has custom keys. So these little caps will pop off. Most typewriters don't have a 1 and exclamation point button, but this one does, and you can change it if you want. I don't know where you would get the other ones, but there's a cap that goes on the key, the type bar base. Tab up top here. So we have one tab set right there in the middle. To clear that, hit the clear button on the right side, and now it should be all clear. But as you can see, I don't like that, so I don't like it slamming all the way to the end like that, so I always have one set on all typewriters to be somewhere in the middle. So that way the next one, next time it gets hit, it stops there instead of slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. And you can set as many tabs as you want on this model. MR on the right side stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing, and you hit that MR button, it'll allow you to go all the way to the end. The hood slides open like this, and you got two spools in here. All the brand new ribbons loaded on this left side, so it's pulling to the right, and if you want to switch that direction, there's a little lever here. You just push that down and it'll pull counterclockwise to the left. If you push it forward, it'll pull clockwise to the right. That works good. We're going to keep that direction. And if you noticed, if you never use a typewriter, if you hit 2 keys at the same time, they're going to get stuck. So that's what just happened there. There's nothing wrong with the keys, but you got to hit one at a time on a typewriter or else they get stuck. This is your carriage lock. So when you have it in the case, so it's right here where my thumb is, it'll lock in the middle. So when you have it in the case, it doesn't bang around. Also called an escapement throwout. So the escapement is what the gears that allow the typewriter, the carriage to move when you type. And that can break if you have it in the case, if you don't have that lock. And the one design flaw on this model, which I always talk about if you watch my videos, are these carriage release levers. They're made out of hard plastic, so they break all the time. This model has the originals. But if you have broken ones, they don't make them anymore. So I designed these and 3D print them, and I have them available in my shop. So if you need some, check them out. Very smooth, and when they aren't broken, they're really nice because they have a lot of leverage and they're very comfortable. If you push in this button here on the end, it'll disable the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get those clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. And the same concept with this lever on the inside here, you push that down, it'll disable the spacing, and you push it up, you get the clicks. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.